next up, we have from the Small Business Association of Michigan, Brian Calley, President of the Small Business Association of Michigan. Brian, great to have you on stage. Everyone give him a warm round of applause. All right, thank you.
Well, thanks so much for the invitation to be here. Really a pleasure and honor to be with you. And I wanted to cover just a couple of things. First of all, the Small Business Association of Michigan, which is proud sponsor of this event, and especially since it was being put on by Benzinga just what doesn't seem like it was that many years ago. They were one of our 15 companies to watch, and it is amazing what that company has now done in terms of the footprint across the recognition across the country and around the world. The Small Business Association is made up of 27,000 members. We are the biggest state-based business association that is focused solely on small businesses. And we've been growing like crazy, up 1,000 members just this year. And there are a couple of main things I want to talk to you about as I invite you to take a seat, not just at the leadership of the cannabis industry, but really a seat at the table of the general business community. And it is desperately, desperately needed because there are so many issues that are affecting general business practices across the board as this industry continues to mature. One of the things that we really focus on at SBAM, the Small Business Association of Michigan, is on changing laws. Right, we like to defend some of the laws that we have. We like the way the business taxes work in Michigan today, and we're a big part of making it more competitive. And so we defend where we are at this moment. We also get involved in things that all businesses have in common, like labor laws and workplace regulations. But what I want to talk to you about today is banking. Now, it might seem like it's an issue that's right at the heart of what you do and what you need to change in order to truly go mainstream and to expand the options that you have and people to deal with. But really, it's an issue that we view at SBAM as being a general business problem that has to be solved. And here's why. Because we have so many different aspects of business that work together. Naturally, especially in the small business world, you don't have on staff people that do every single thing that you need to do. For example, most of you probably don't do your own tax returns. Now, technically, when your CPA does business that is paid for out of the marijuana trade, then that is going to result in at least a technical problem, and they are paid for that business and make a deposit into their bank account. The same is true about everything from lawn care services to title companies to the lawyers that you use. It is at least a technical problem, and with a change in political leadership from time to time, those technical problems, even when not enforced, can actually become real problems for people. We need banking regulations at the federal level to stop, and it can't be something that just one industry tries to take on. It's something that the general business community needs to rally together behind, and it's something that we at SBAM have decided to take on and extend. For me to be here to personally extend to you an invitation to do this together, to be that voice that goes together and says, you know, it's taken too long. It's taken too long for the feds to respond. They've already pretty much given up on enforcement. But as long as there's at least a technical problem with the law and the way that so many people are in the business community are doing business today, that results in also a perceived problem that it's going to take a long time to get over. Now is the time. So that's the first thing is there are a lot of issues that we have in common, so the general business community needs this community at the table with us, and you are welcome at our table. Second, the other big part of what we do at SBAM, or another big part of what we do, is we do group purchasing and energy efficiency and insurance negotiations and workers' compensation. There's a lot of things that the Small Business Association does, but a big part of what we do is we find, develop, spread, and teach best practices in hiring and employing people. And this is another area where it's going to have to change. the normal practices and how an employee is evaluated and the rules for an employee being on the job, especially when we're experiencing such a tight labor market in virtually every industry across this country, and particularly acute in certain industries right here in Michigan. We really can't afford to have people sidelined. And that means that general business practices, outside of what the law requires, general business practices and the norms of the business practices are going to have to be adjusted. And I think they're going to turn out a lot better if they're adjusted in a way that is very inclusive of every voice at the table. And so we at SBAM are hard at work in this already. And we've even had some of the folks that have been part of the program here this morning are long-term and active members of our association. And so as we move forward together in this, and looking to the future of what could be, and there's all kinds of amazing and exciting things that are happening. I learned already myself a lot this morning in how technical and advanced so many of these practices have become. I think that it'll be even better if we can get together and, number one, make sure that the laws are right so that we can remove the actual risk, the technical risk, and the perceived risk from the equation and really watch this industry take off. And then also help the rest of the business community to adopt the types of norms and standards in hiring and employing people that will allow for the highest amount of productivity from our overall workforce. That's all I got for you today. Please stop by and see us in the booth over here later on, and I hope you have a great conference and that all the investors and the businesses get together and make tons of money. Thank you all.